Hi everyone, welcome back. I'm Natalie, owner and creator of Sparks and Joy Studio, and today we have a variety of thrift flips for you. This first one is a wood box organizer that I got at the Goodwill, I think for about $4. I'm starting out by painting it in Brook, a customized version of Brook mixed with some white paint. I was super excited to find this box, but I learned very quickly that trying to paint a box with all of these little organizing separations is very, very difficult. So after taking a long time getting it painted, I had to use a detailed brush to get the inside of those two compartments that are very, very thin. Now we're taking Le Courier Stamp by IOD, and I'm stamping it all around the outside of the box. Once I do that, what you'll notice me do is take a baby wipe and wipe down right over where I had stamped. That's just to dull the black ink a little bit to allow for it to look a little bit more aged, not as stark black, and allowing us to kind of let that blend in with the next step. Next, we're going to take various butterflies from Millot's pages, and I'm going to be placing them around the box on top of where we had already stamped. And in some places, it's going to be to cover up where there might have been a little mistake. In other places, it's just to allow it to look balanced all around the box. Here's a look at our finished project. I really love it. I'm still trying to figure out what I'm going to put inside of each of those containers. So if you have any suggestions or ideas for how to style it or how to use it, I would greatly appreciate it. Please leave some comments below. For our next project, I have this little bunny planter with carrots on it that I found. I really loved the look of it, and it's a perfect size. I just wasn't a fan of the color on it. It was very, it looked messy, I guess. I'm painting it with Paisley by Fusion. And then this one was super easy. The next few are going to be more complicated. But for this one, all I had to do was let it dry, cover it up with some white wax, and then it was good to go. I just stuck some faux flowers in it and styled it. For this next bunny on a choo-choo train, I did the same thing. I painted it with Paisley and then white waxed it, and it was also good to go. So I lied. Two of them were easy, two of them were more complicated. For this little bunny, I tried to do the same thing, and what I noticed very quickly is that there was no way I was going to be able to get into all of those nooks and crannies in the little figurine. So I felt that it was going to happen again with this one. So I took both of these outside and I'm going to spray them with a gray spray paint, and then I'll come back in and paint over them. So I sprayed them and let them dry, and now I'm coming back in and I actually have already painted it with the Paisley on top, and what you're seeing me do now is just do a quick dry brush with some white paint. And that allows me to get the same effect that I do with the white wax. Again, I did not feel that the white wax was going to get into the nooks and crannies and I was going to be able to wipe it off easily. So I kind of did a similar effect using white dry brushing. For this next project, I had thrifted an entire bag of these knobs and tiny wood scrap pieces that I guess was part of like a craft kit. And I got the entire bag for $3. So I am going to start by creating a paint wash with Oakham by Fusion and water. And that's a 50-50 ratio of water to paint. And I'm painting up these knobs. These are actually not knobs because there's holes on both sides of most of them. It's kind of unique. They're all a little bit different. And so what I kind of envision them being is little vases or pots, and it's perfect because the bases of these ones are flat, and I know that there are some other knobs that don't sit up as well. These ones do. Now what I did is I found different sprigs and stems from my stash, and I'm just deciding which sprigs fit best with which little knob vases, and I'm putting together a variety of them, and they look gorgeous together in a display. So here is a variety that I have from this set, and then I actually went back in a few days later and I made some more with other knobs and little scrap pieces that I had in my stash. For our last project today, I am going to start by taking this tin can that I got out of the trash, or I saved from going in the trash. It is slightly larger than the normal tin cans that I've gotten before to use for projects, so I really liked it. And I'm starting by, after cutting out both ends of the can, I'm flattening one side of it and trying to bang it together so it goes as closely together as possible. Now I'm going to be taking a piece of drop cloth, and I pulled the part that has the stitched end on it still, and I'm using that as the top, and I'm going to be hot gluing it all the way around the tin can. As I got to the back here, which originally was going to be the back, I was trying to figure out how I could make this look different than other um, similar projects I've seen on YouTube. And as I'm looking at the front of it, I got another idea. So I went back into my stash and I grabbed 3 of these little wood button looking pieces that were from that same wood scrap bag. And we're going to go ahead and paint those with Dark and Decrepit by DIY. And then I'm going to place them on the front to almost look like 3 buttons on a shirt or a skirt. I think it turned out so cute. But I'm getting ahead of myself. Let me tell you how I finished up this project. I hot glued a piece of thicker twine on each side of the container, and then I covered up where I had hot glued that with another piece of scrap drop cloth just to kind of hide it, mask it, and also to keep it in place so it doesn't get ripped off or fall off as easily. I do that to both ends. And then I'm going to fill the container with some floral foam and then some sprigs of lavender, and then cover up the rest of it with some Spanish moss. Thank you so much for joining me today while we crafted these adorable thrift flips for spring. I look forward to seeing you again very soon. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Have a happy Sunday.